So here are our pumpkins going absolutely wild. As you can see, a lot of male blooms on here still. Of course, they only open up in the morning. But we're actually starting to get some nice female blooms on here too. See if I can find one for you. Oh, here's one. So you see that looks like a little baby pumpkin? Well, that top flower has to open and be pollinated first in order for that to continue to grow into a pumpkin. So if that doesn't get pollinated, that will not be a pumpkin. So we're probably going to try to do a little bit of hand pollination with some of the male flowers, just to make sure we have a couple of pumpkins from our pumpkin patch. A little cute sign, Tifbot. So, see, I can find a couple more. There's a bunch of them on here. Some of them are bigger than others, like this little tiny one here. Focus. There we go. But yeah, there's our big old pumpkin patch. And we'll walk over here. We planted, or put in a new bed, and then we went and got some fall vegetables. So we have some broccoli here planted, some Green Magic it's called. It's a hybrid broccoli. Then we have another one over here. It's called Destiny. On this side, I randomly threw in a couple of basil plants. This one, they're looking kind of sad. They're only $1. And we'll see if we can revive them. And then over here we have some ruby red cabbage. So we got 8 cabbage plants here. That was 8 broccoli. Then we got a couple of different kinds of collards. So they're all small right now, but they should get pretty decent size. So this is called Champion Vates collards. And then on this side over here, we have the Morris Heading variety. And then coming on over to the other side, we have some cauliflower. So, got about 8 cauliflower plants. And on the end, we have some red lettuce that we planted. And then we'll head on over to the other side. This is where our sunflowers used to be. We went ahead and planted some new flowers for the fall. We have some mums, some begonias here, and a bunch of pansies here in the middle. So we got some white and red mums, white and red begonias, and then just kind of an assortment of pansies. And they're all pretty small right now, but they'll hopefully grow and give us some nice blossoms. My other little box that I built is full of lettuce. So we got the Butter Crunch lettuce right here. One oregano plant randomly, and some parsley. A couple more red lettuce plants. So just trying to squeeze a couple of things in while we still can grow a few things. Whenever it gets a little cooler towards October, we're gonna pull these up and put some garlic in this little box right here, or raised bed. Coming on over to the container garden side, all my peppers and tomatoes. So these tomatoes are the ones I started out with, and as you can tell, they have seen better days, but they're still putting out some tomatoes. So as long as they're putting out tomatoes, we'll keep them around. I did a pretty heavy pruning back on these. They were getting pretty yellow, and then after I pruned them back, they kind of greened up again. So hopefully we'll keep getting a couple more tomatoes out of these. A little baby one there. And then of course I have my pepper plants, jalapenos. Still producing pretty well. There's some big ones on here. Trying to let these go red. I want to make something with the red jalapenos. I want to make some smoked or some chipotle hot sauce here soon. Yeah, they're loaded with jalapenos still. They're starting to turn. I have a few red ones in the house. And then my cayenne peppers are still, they're still growing. They don't look as good as they did, but still a bunch of peppers on here. But they have really slowed down turning red. So hopefully we'll get one more good crop of these out of here before the frost, which should be able to. And then last but not least, these crazy looking tomato plants right here. I cut branches off of the original ones over here and did the little cloning method from some of the suckers, and they were probably the length of this branch right here whenever I started them, and they have grown to be as big as those plants. And I've already started to get a couple tomatoes off of these. So I originally bought 4 tomato plants, and I have 7 now because I cloned 3 off of them. I had one random one in the pumpkin patch over there. But yeah, these clone tomatoes are actually starting to put out a bunch of tomatoes. So hopefully these will have enough time to grow and turn red before we end our growing season here. But yep, that's it. Not a major huge garden, but it's a growing work in progress, and we're gonna keep it going and keep updating you guys. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Keep looking back here for more videos.